The Cleveland Browns just witnessed something they haven't seen in nearly 3 decades, and the entire football world stopped everything they were doing to watch it happen. We're not talking about a playoff victory or a division championship. We're talking about something that should be routine for every NFL franchise, but has been an absolute curse for Cleveland, a rookie quarterback winning his first career start. The date will be remembered in Browns history forever. The opponent was the Las Vegas Raiders. The score was 24-10. And the young man who finally broke through the ceiling of futility that has haunted Cleveland for generations is none other than Shedeur Sanders, the 5th-round pick who has been making doubters eat their words since the moment he stepped onto an NFL field. Let's start with the historical significance of what just happened. Because if you don't understand the context, you can't fully appreciate the magnitude of this moment. The Cleveland Browns had not seen a rookie quarterback win his first career start since 1995. Think about that timeline for a second. 1995. Bill Clinton was president. The internet was just becoming a thing. Cell phones were the size of bricks. Friends was in its 2nd season on television, and the Browns were about to enter a period of quarterback purgatory that would last for nearly 30 years and become the defining narrative of one of the NFL's most storied franchises. The streak that Shedeur just ended was 17 games. 17 consecutive times a Browns quarterback making his debut start walked off the field with a loss. 17 different stories of hope turning into disappointment. 17 reminders that Cleveland couldn't solve the most important position in all of professional sports. This wasn't just bad luck or random variance. This was a systematic failure that became a meme, a punchline, a cautionary tale about organizational dysfunction and the difficulty of building a winning culture when you can't find stability at quarterback. The names of the quarterbacks who contributed to this losing streak read like a who's who of NFL disappointment. Some were high draft picks who never panned out. Others were veterans brought in as stopgap solutions who proved to be anything but. A few were developmental projects who showed flashes before ultimately failing to sustain success, but all of them share one common thread. They lost their first start as a Brown, adding another chapter to Cleveland's never-ending quarterback nightmare until Shedeur Sanders came along and said, "Enough is enough." The circumstances surrounding Shedeur's first regular season start add another layer of drama to this already compelling story. He wasn't supposed to be starting yet. The plan was for him to continue developing behind more experienced quarterbacks, learning the offense, adjusting to the speed of the NFL game, and preparing for his opportunity whenever it eventually came. But then, injury struck the primary starter, and suddenly, the 5th-round rookie who had impressed in preseason was being thrust into the fire for a regular season game with actual stakes and consequences. Most rookies would have wilted under that pressure. Most 5th-round picks would have been overwhelmed by the sudden responsibility of leading an NFL offense in a game that counts toward the standings. But Shedeur Sanders isn't most rookies, and his performance against the Raiders proved beyond any doubt that he belongs on this stage. The final statistics tell part of the story. 11 completions on 20 passing attempts for 209 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Those are solid numbers for any quarterback, let alone a rookie making his first regular season start on short notice. But the numbers don't capture the poise, how confidence, the command that were displayed throughout the game. This wasn't a quarterback who looked scared, tentative. This wasn't someone who was just trying to avoid mistakes and let his defense carry him to victory. This was a player who understood the moment, embraced the challenge, and made plays when his team needed them most. The calmness he showed in the pocket, the decisiveness in his throws, the leadership in his demeanor, all of it pointed to someone who was ready for this opportunity, even though it came earlier than expected. The deep ball to Isaiah Bond was the kind of throw that makes scouts lean forward in their chairs and coaches start drawing up more aggressive game plans. 52 YDs downfield, threading the needle between defenders, dropping the ball perfectly into his receiver's hands. That's not a safe check down or a simple play-action bootleg. That's a quarterback showing he can attack all levels of the defense and make throws that change the complexion of a game. It's the kind of play that first-round quarterbacks are supposed to make. And here was the 5th-round pick from Cleveland doing it in his first regular season start. The touchdown pass was even more impressive because